How's everyone out there?
Keeping it real.
I hope so. I hope so. So, we got some exciting things lined up today. Again, thank you who's ever been listening. If you've subscribed on Instagram or anything, if you like, Tom, I don't know if you know this, but our meme went semi-viral this week. Did you know that?
It went full Corona.
Yeah, it went crazy. Almost, we're just shy of 1 million views on a meme. So what I do is we only do one podcast a week. So I like to screw around on our social media and stuff, and I'll make memes and put up clips that I think are hilarious and kind of represent us in a way. So I put this one out from Eastbound and Down, all you guys out there that know it. And it got 900 at this point, at this date, which remember, these come out a week later, it was 973,000 views. 8,800, I think, and something likes. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the big controversy on it, why I got so many comments on it, there's like 60-something comments, 70, maybe it's 80, I didn't even look, is because I was in a rush.
You don't have spell check.
I know. The problem is I do have spell check. And they like to change words around when I don't want them to. So I was in a rush. I put in hitting. I must have hit one thing wrong. It said hiring. I kept going. I put it up. I banged it out. I was done. I had other things to do. I also run a business. My mistake, though. Totally my mistake, and I own it. But everybody came in and let me know that I made a mistake, which was fine. Because, again, that's why we had 80-something comments. So I thank everyone who let me know that I spelled or didn't do something right on there. Thank you. I put out another one. I hope everybody goes and likes that one too. I did better. I'm trying to do better.
Do better, Kenny Powers.
So that was kind of exciting. So, follow us on Instagram too. So that it's a lot of fun on there. And so thank you if you do. And Tom, did you have a good week?
Yeah, can't complain. Same shit, different day.
Yeah. That's about all anyone can ask for right now, right?
Yeah. I'm starting my mini elimination experiments, like we were talking about before, but trying to get myself mentally and prepared for trying that. So I'm starting to weed out a lot of stuff. Start to basically kind of trim down my pantry to all the bullshit, get it out of there, and then kind of stock up for what it's going to be. So should be maybe another 2 weeks or so. I should be ready to do it.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little more later about
right before the holiday would be ideal, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to finish before my birthday to know where I'm at. So
yeah,
but I think I'll be fine. But again, I'll talk a little bit more about that later because I want to talk about something interesting that I found out through my thing that might be interesting for other people to know as well. So we'll get into that later. But what I always like to do is cleanse the palate a little bit. You have a shitty week. You're dealing with shitty people sometimes, shitty news, all this stuff. So we like
Aaron
to cleanse.
Rodgers going down after 4 snaps.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear it, dude. My condolences. I saw it. I saw you post about it.
It was like Benny and the Jets.
Absolutely. Amen. But to cleanse our palates of all that, it's time for This Week in Bullshit.
Man, this some more bullshit.
Now here's the news.
All right. Our first one this week.
It gets me every time.
People are stunned after learning plane oxygen masks aren't connected to an air tank. Did you know that?
No.
The first thing I thought was, what are you going to tell me? It's like connected to like a donkey's ass or something? Like, where's it connected?
Yeah, what the
you
fuck is the point?
Right. But it's actually...
We'll wait till there's no air. We'll wait till there's no air and then we'll connect it.
It's actually really cool what the thing is. It's
fuck.
We've all been on planes heading off for holiday or business and heard an aircraft talking through the thing, including life jackets and oxygen masks extending from the ceiling. Yet a TikTok has left us stunned that it turns out those plastic marks aren't hooked up to giant oxygen generator hidden in the plane. Nope. This is not a huge oxygen that shows what passengers and crew will be able to breathe. The science behind it is very different. Now watch this, dude. Check this out. This is what actually happens. Wait a minute. I want to make sure it. Get out of here.
Else with theirs. Those masks are not connected to an oxygen tank or any kind of air tank at all. What they are connected to, I think, is far more interesting and, as it turns out, safer and more reliable.
The device is called an oxygen generator, and it's able to pack a lot of oxygen in a tiny
Ooh.
space because the oxygen is stored as a solid in the form of sodium chlorate.
Now, do you know what sodium chlorate is? Have you ever heard of sodium chlorate?
Yeah, that's what they put in my pool, motherfucker. Chlorate.
Not exactly. But again, I don't know. I don't want to get dinged for playing this guy's stuff. I just wanted to play a couple seconds of it. But what it essentially breaks down to is there's this sodium chloride or whatever it was inside of this thing. And there's a trigger. So when you pull the mask down, there's a firing pin. It's almost like a gun. And what happens is it hits that firing pin, causes a spark, that activates this other thing. Forget what that's called. Go and watch this guy's video to find that out. Whatever that's called. And then what that does is it breaks down the sodium chloride into salt and oxygen. It's fucking crazy. And it burns down like a candle.
Wow.
So that thing you saw up there that almost looked like one of those old patchouli things you used to burn, those incense. It almost looked like one of those. And it literally does what that does. It burns down. So it'll give you oxygen for a certain amount of time and then it runs out.
And then you're basically just fucked.
But by then, what they said was they try to gauge the amount by how long it would take the pilot to get it down to where people could breathe, like a safe altitude. Yeah, it's not meant for a super long, like you know what I mean? It's not meant like you're going space travel. You know, you're just enough to go from that high altitude to something where people could breathe.
Where you could breathe again, yeah.
Yeah, I
that
thought
makes
that
sense.
was
That makes sense.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
O2, an O2 tank would be too fucking heavy.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So go check that guy out if you want to watch it. Is Joe spins the something? I don't know.
Joe Mama.
Go check him out.
Hey, it's Joey Bag of Donuts over there.
Now, let me ask you this question, dude. If you love the food, I mean, it was your favorite food in the world, okay? But every time you eat it, it was almost like playing Russian roulette. It was a 50-50 shot that you might die. Would you eat that food?
Probably. Well, I'm a gambling man, so yeah, probably would. No, just joking. No fucking way.
Okay, well, there's a Thai dish that if it's not prepared correctly, it can kill you.
You did. People are against banning it?
They don't want it banned.
You out of your fucking mind?
But it has to be prepared exactly a certain way or you're dead. Because apparently, I'm going to skip to where it's called, it's not there. It's here. It's koi pla. It's called koi pla.
Is it made of koi fish?
No, I don't think it's a koi fish. It's responsible for the deaths of staggering 20,000 people in Thailand every single year. Every year.
Awesome.
And they still don't want it banned. So extremely popular in the province of Konkan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Koi pla
20,000 people a year.
is a plate of minced raw fish ground up with herbs, spices, and lemon juice, and is eaten by millions of Thai people. And that's it. That's it right there.
Why will it
Well-
fuck your liver up?
Well, in short, the fish can contain a parasitic flatworm that causes those who eat it to develop a fatal liver cancer. Holy shit.
Awesome.
That's insane, dude.
Wait, what's the fish called though?
I don't know if they say the fish. Let me see.
Do they say what kind of fish it is?
This dude, look at this. This doctor that they talked to, he lost both his parents to the fish. Both of them. Both.
Wow. I'd say he's pretty biased.
No, he's actually says I don't know if he wants to get rid of it. Oh no, he says
I
a big
killed both my
burden.
parents, but yeah, keep
All right, let me
serving
give
it.
me a
Keep
bowl.
making it.
Give me a
Fuck it.
bowl. Yeah, I'll take one.
Fuck
Give me a
everybody.
bowl.
Fuck them.
It's like a falling tree. They die quietly. That's terrible, dude. What fish is it? I don't know if it says the fish.
It's the koi pla fish.
Well, that's the name of the dish, I think. Maybe it's the name of the fish too.
Yo, koi pla can suck my dick.
Yeah, I ain't touching that shit. Not if it's gonna fucking and know that it's a worm to boot. It's one thing if I die from something else, but to know that a worm went in there and that's how I died, no thank you.
It's pungent.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, no, dude.
Fuck
No.
out of here.
No way. No way. All right, let's move on to now. Here's this one. I feel bad. Let me just preface it by saying I feel really, really bad for this opossum.
That makes one of us.
I do. I really feel bad. Okay. But this video is hilarious. So apparently, an opossum got into this orangutan's cage and he said,
Holy shit.
You getting the fuck out now.
Oh shit.
Yo, you gotta check this out, dude. I feel bad, but dude, you go. That's
He
his home,
launched
bro.
him like a potato gun.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and everyone out there that just saw that screenshot, that does it.
Dude.
Absolutely no justice whatsoever. None.
Holy orangutan.
Are you ready? It's only a couple seconds, but they replay it.
Yeets possum through the air.
Watch.
God damn.
Watch again. Look how far
The
that
possum is fucked.
He just said.
Oh,
He said,
shit.
"Goodbye, my friend."
Fuck out of here.
He said,
The
"Juice
orangutan
out."
said, fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Let me see where this was. Australia. The primate at Perth Zoo in Australia. You know what that opossum will do? It'll never go in that place again. Never will it go in that place again.
Yo, he threw that possum like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but he held on tight and didn't hurt himself.
Hey, man, we got to get rid of turf, bro. That orangutan should play
Okay.
for the Jets. That was amazing. That was an amazing
Check it
throw.
out. They know that it was alive. They are a robust species. They saw it scurry off. So it didn't die. So everyone out there.
Wow. So let's give some props to the possum, bro. It doesn't survive a car, but it survived that, which is pretty respectable.
Yeah, we'll give it that. Absolutely. Jeez, man. When I first saw that, I was like, holy crap. Holy
The
crap.
possum got launched.
I have a question for you, my brother. Listen, are you affected by certain sounds?
Brother, I'm not affected by any sound, brother.
By no man. No man. No,
Been
this
around
you
the
know how,
world 13 times, brother.
this man
What's
with the American dream.
what's
That's the road.
that beautiful blonde?
Do sounds any kind of sound like someone chewing, anything like that bother you? If it's quiet and you hear somebody chewing real loud or sipping real loud on something.
Like ASMR?
No, yeah, I mean, kind of, but these people don't want to hear it. It like literally affects them physically. Have you ever heard of that?
Like,
yes, just like that. Sorry if anybody's
no,
affected by sound. No, all right. Well, apparently they have a test for it.
misophonia?
Yeah, that's what it's called. When certain sounds
Yo,
and certain people that listen to it commented on it, and they were like, my skin is crawling, I'm sweating. It was crazy. Here, listen to this. I'm going to skip to the sounds. I just want to make sure it's turned up all the way. So first sound is chewing. Are you feeling anything from that?
I mean, if I'm sitting at a table and someone's chewing like a cow, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, bro, close your mouth."
What if they
It doesn't
smack their
bother
tongue?
me physically.
That smack
Their
of the
lip
tongue.
smacking.
Yeah.
That yeah, I mean that's or whatever, but
Pencil tapping. That ever bother you?
no. Plastic crumbling. What, every plastic bottle that everyone
Slow
finishes
typing
drinking
when somebody
water out
just
of?
hits one button at a time. Does that bother you? Or they keep
No.
hitting a button over and over? All right, slurping. I'll be honest with you. My son will do this every now and then, and it drives me nuts. I don't know if it's because it's him doing it or it's the slurping, but I hate it. Sniffing doesn't bother me.
You could drive home, right?
Now here's everything together. So if you look at some of these people that like commented,
Like
the
loud
chewing made me go
chewing.
mad in 1 second, right there.
Yeah, loud chewing will annoy me, but it's also because like I was kind of brought up to like, close your fucking mouth when you're eating.
Right.
Because nobody wants
manners.
to see all of your food.
Remember
they don't want to
manners?
see you masticating.
Remember that, dude? Remember
I was
manners,
about to yeet. Yo, dude, again, someone said yeet, bro.
Yeah.
They
dude,
were going to yeet their headphones. They're going to yeet it like it was an opossum.
2023, Yeet's still going strong, baby.
Yeet, yeet, yeet.
What's talus? What the hell is that? Thalassophobia. Oh, dude, what is that? The fear of water or dying in the water? What is that?
Yeah.
Pictures that might invoke us are always eerie. Now, a video posted online shows a montage of different videos and images which would have been selected because they may invoke tahassophobic reactions in viewers. I'll tell you right now, I have that. If they're going to show me like heights or something and I flip out, then I have this. Then I have it 100%. I accept it. I'm going to get shirts made and wear them because if that's what this is, and I'm going to shut it right off because we had that talk. Watch last episode about how many episodes it took me to watch Fall. Is it a height thing? No, it's water. It's water. Good. It must be something with water, dude. Fear of water. I have no fear of water.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
There's probably not
That's
a lot
weird.
of thalassophobic fishermen
No, I
or,
I
or
would
surfers.
think, no, I would think not. I would think not. Or lifeguards.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was This Week in Bullshit.
Man, this some more bullshit.
Now here's the news.
All right. So this week we thought we'd try do something different. Go back to kind of what we did in those first 2 episodes we did, where we told some more stories. We talked a little bit more about our past, and we have Tom, how many stories do we have, honestly? Not even to mention about one particular person or thing that we regularly hung out with, but just so many stories. We went so many and did so many things, dude.
Yeah, we got a lot.
It's
We had some crazy
insane.
moments in our life because we were doing a lot of crazy shit back then too. We were young.
Well, we thought we were
young,
invincible.
dumb, and full of cum.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But we thought
As
we were
Chuck D
invincible.
would say.
I think back about some of the stuff that we did, and I'm like, I would never even consider doing that now. Not even for
No.
a second. Not even for a millisecond. I wouldn't even try that now. And that was most of the things we did back then. Most of them.
Pretty much, yeah.
And God willing, we're sitting here. That we're here. Because I'll tell you, I don't know sometimes how we are. I really don't.
Well, there's a hell of a lot of people that we came up with that aren't there no more that didn't make it.
No, they didn't.
You know,
And you know what? Let's give a little shout out to them. All the ones that passed.
Like they stayed in that same stage or whatever, and we had to move on. You know, we had kids or whatever, and it was just like, all right, bro, it's not about me anymore. And then they basically didn't and had nothing to live for, and we're just partying hard. And the next thing you know, it's just gone.
It never ends well, kiddos. It never ends well.
No, things need to be done in moderation.
Look, we're all stupid. We all have a period of stupidity. Just know when to get out of it. At minimum, back it off majorly. But know how to regulate. If you can't, the biggest problem with all that stuff is regulation. If someone is not a person who can self-regulate, their life isn't going to turn out well. At all.
No.
Period. But anyway, so we want to tell a couple fun. We're not going to, I mean, that kind of got serious, but that's not what our idea is. We got some stories. So that means it's time for story time with Mother Guts. So, I mean, I think that's a little apropos what was happening on that intro of how we're going to lead into the first story today. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
So
people don't know why the mouth is agape.
Yeah, they don't understand. There is a story and a person behind that. So this person we're going to talk about, his name is Catching Flies. Now you may ask yourself why they call him Catching Flies. Again, this fictional character that we speak of is best representation that I can find for this character. I think, Tom, you will appreciate this in a couple different ways, but I'd like to introduce you to our representation of Catching Flies. Eh.
That does look a lot like him.
Right? Right? Isn't that crazy? So why don't you tell us how you met Catching Flies really quickly? Really quickly.
Well, the guy I was in a band with was friends with him. So he was from out west towards PA, West Jersey, off of 80. So, a little more rural over there. And basically all he pretty much did was smoke.
Yes, and let me clarify that he's actually downplaying it. Everything ended with so you want to smoke?
We gonna
everything.
smoke?
And sometimes before everything as well. So that was pretty much why he looked like that.
That, and he was also on medication, which was actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So he was on meds, and on top of that, he was smoking
drank.
like freaking Cheech and Chong.
And he drank.
Yeah, he would drink too. Yeah, he wouldn't drink as much as he would smoke though. Smoking was his number one.
But at that point, between the medication and the smoking, drinking is probably not the best idea. On top of so honestly, I met him through you guys. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember the date and time, but that's how I met him through you.
Yeah, because he was always hanging out with us because we were always smoking, and he was coming to shows and shit.
Yeah.
And it was just eventually he ended up living with my ex-girlfriend and my bass player of my band, and that was just some crazy times. Like, it was just like going over there playing darts and just smoking all night. We had good times and stuff, but it's just funny because like he would get to this point where you would just look over at him and he's just like literally just look like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's so true. It's so true.
I'm fucked up.
But the cool part was his grandfather had a house up north a little bit. And out west, it was northwest, right? His grandpa's place from us.
Well, it was still close. It was still close to, I think, around Andover area. So
yeah,
it was still
what was
off
the
of
town
80
though?
west.
I can't remember.
It was by Andover.
It was by Andover.
I think it was either Andover. It was either Andover or a smaller town, but Andover was basically the main town over there.
But he had a place right on a lake, and he was living there.
That shit was dope.
Why? Because his grandfather lived somewhere else, so he was having him stay there, take care of the place. So he had this. It was beautiful. Yeah. He had this place to himself. So every now and then, I mean, we would visit separately, but every now and then we went up together. It wasn't all the time, but this particular time, we went out there, and I don't know who brought up the idea, but somehow we wound up as, let's go out in the boat and smoke. So we wound up.
It was a no gas lake, so every boat had to be electric because they didn't want any pollution in the water.
Right.
Like that lake was so fucking crazy, bro. We used to see a fucking bear. He said there was a bear that regularly swam across the short end of the lake like every morning. It's like basically he would swim across. He would take a dip every morning. The same bear. He's like clockwork. That bear is in the pool, in the lake, his pool, every fucking morning. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it was cool. Like they wanted no electric. I mean, no gas, only electric. So it was kind of cool. So you had like this.
It was basically this.
From what I remember, yeah, it was like a pontoon boat. Not with all that. That looks like fucking the Mosquito Coast boat, like with fucking Harrison Ford.
But I'm saying that's what it basically boiled down to at the end of it.
Yeah, it was like it was a little electric trolling motor, and it was like pontoony like that. It was just square, and it worked to get us out to the middle of the lake.
To the middle of the lake, dude. And then he's like, "Let's go."
And this thing was pretty big.
Yeah. And he's like, "Let's go to the middle and smoke." Basically,
because the stars out there being out in like, you know,
it's beautiful.
country Jersey, fucking you see like every galaxy for, you know, thousands of light years away. So it's like the stars were ridiculous out there. And then
and you hear the
it's
water,
like,
dude. The water's like calming, like you hear it splashing.
it's so chill. It's so chill. Yeah, it's nice out there.
So then we go out there and we boom, boom, boom. And then, all right, I'll do us and you do Paul. So we were out there and everything, and it's like, don't you think we should get back in, Paul?
Maybe we should just smoke.
I was like, all right, and then we'll go back
smoke.
in. Then we'll go back in.
Yeah.
So we do that, and then we have to remind them again, Paul, should we get in now?
Yeah, I think we gotta go, bro. It's getting a little late. So it would change. He had different octaves of
yeah.
So it's like there's the Beavis, the butthead. Would be like or sometimes he'd be like he'd be like he's turning the key and nothing's happening, and he's like, then you just hear
and we're like, what's wrong, dude? What's wrong? And he's like,
dude, don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me right now, dude. Seriously. I'm way too fucking high for this shit right now. Don't even fucking tell me the boat is not starting.
You're joking, right? You're joking, right?
I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Paul.
It broke him.
I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking kill you, dude. Are you kidding me? He's like, I think we have some oars.
But we've got 2 oars, but somebody's got to steer.
And I remember one oar was like super short. One was like long enough to hit the water. The other one, it's like you had to hang off the side. I think I had the short oar. So I'm hanging off the side of the boat, like just trying to like paddle so we can go somewhat straight. To get back to the shore, to the dock.
So picture this. Me and him, like 2 fucking assholes on a fucking Viking ship, are going like this. It's like I'm at an Amon Amarth concert. He's on the other side going like this. It's not a tiny boat. It's not big, but it's not tiny either. We just got done doing our thing, so we're like out of it. Now we got to function.
Yeah, this is not the time.
So as we're going through, it's quiet. It's even quieter now because there's before you heard a little bit of a hum. You heard hum, but now it's even quieter. All you hear us is going through the boat and us breathing heavy. If you turn back and look, you see him sitting back with the thing. He's not doing anything. He's just catching flies sitting there, dude. Unbelievable, dude. So that's
I think his excuse was. I'll just steer.
Yeah, he had to steer. That's what he said. He had to steer. That was his excuse.
I'm like, actually, asshole, you should be doing this shit. You should be fucking paddling.
Right. Or at least tag off of somebody who's getting tired or something, you know?
We were up Weeds Creek without a paddle.
Pretty much, dude. But that's anything with catching flies. Anything with catching flies turned out terrible. Really, it did in the end. But we'll get into him more a little bit later. We have another character. We want to just bang out a couple new characters tonight for your enjoyment. So let us know what you think about catching flies, if you want to hear more stories about catching flies or not. But now, we'd like to introduce you to our little friend, Pug. Our little friend,
the Whoopee.
Now, why do we have Linus up there from Charlie Brown? Because the guy had a whoopee. He probably still does. I wouldn't doubt it. Or a piece of it that he carries around with him, his original. The OG whoopee.
He's like Kal-El.
Yeah, dude, he's going to make... Dude, that's going to be his crest. He's going to be a piece of it.
He's going to make his freaking uniform out of it. His cape.
What's he gonna be? Dirtbag Man? So, Tom, tell us how
Pug.
you met Pug.
Yeah, so Pug was another musician association. So he played bass, I played bass, a couple of other friends that we had. So we were just end up at this dude's house. This dude named, shall I say it?
Not yet. They're not ready. You are not worthy yet.
You're not ready for him yet? Okay, they're not ready for him yet.
You're not ready.
So at this guy's house that is like takes the cake, but Pug would be there jamming. So that's how we first met. So he was a town over from us, but the towns were so close, so like they just knew each other, so we were jamming and shit. And then here and there we just started hanging out more and more. He seemed to be a more well-rounded kid when he was younger.
Yeah. I thought that at first
that
too.
deteriorated. That deteriorated into adulthood, and he did not progress. He regressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So how I met him was, again, if you watch the original first couple episodes, I met Tom first. Then I met a lot of these characters, and the same thing with Tom. He knows a lot of characters because of me. So it's just a whole host of weird people. But how I met Pug was we went to some guy's party, me and Tom, where we knew that his people he associated with were there. And I went there and I met him, and the man who shall not yet be named was there. And we were like, me and Tom wanted Pug to come hang. We wanted Tom to be part of the group because we thought Pug was cool, and we thought he could drive with us good. So we took him outside to the car. So we left the party. We took him outside to smoke a little bit, and having a good time. I don't think he had done it in a long time, so he was blasted. We get out of the car, and then all of a sudden we see this shit pull up. This bucket of shit pull up.
The Papa Roach mobile?
Yes, the Papa Roach mobile. So he who shall not be named yet pulls up in this because he's the one who took Pug to this party. So me and Tom went together, right? Am I correct? And him and Pug went together.
Yeah. He didn't want to hang out.
Right. But Pug,
for some reason,
Pug wanted to hang with us.
Yeah.
So he pulls up, slams on the brakes. Pug opens the door. So he's by the doorway. We're kind of behind him a little bit. He's fighting back. Oh, and then like it was his mother, dude, right? It was like his mother pulled up and he's like,
yeah.
Are you high?
Oh, yeah.
Are you high? And he's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he really hated pot. He thought pot was horrible. I went to Pantera concerts with this kid, all the Pantera shows, and the Vulgar tour, the Far Beyond tour, he was there. And I remember him even being in my ear. I'm like, bro, get the fuck away from me. You're like, don't do it, man. You don't got to smoke weed. I'm like, it's a plant, bro. I'm like, back the fuck up. It's a plant, dude. You're acting like I'm fucking doing rails or shooting up fucking smack or smoking crack in a crack house. It's fucking weed, dude. Chill out.
Up in
and
your
he was
ass
like the
about
only
that,
one. So he was such a
worry about-
purist.
Yeah. Right.
He was such a purist that he hated that we smoked weed. He was like, oh my God, you dirty druggies. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The 50s, bro? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what time zone are you in? What?
It's hilarious coming from somebody who had no concern for personal hygiene, though. But you're a dirty piece.
None.
But that's for another day because that's, oh my gosh. That's a gold mine.
He was so pissed off. Now remember, me and Pug were in a band with this kid too, so it's like, oh my God, they're going down the wrong road smoking reefer.
Right.
Like, basically, that's what it was. It was like this motherly hen bullshit, and he was so mad. And he speeds off, and that tire had to be a millimeter away from running over Pug's foot. I was like, oh my God, dude, he's such a fucking maniac. He's out of his fucking mind. Because not too
Dude,
long after that,
it was like
we
your
ceased
girl
to be in the
caught you with
band.
another girl, dude. That's what he acted like.
Oh yeah. She kind of wants. It's like she's so mad at you that she kind of wants to run your foot over.
Yes, she's pissed.
But it's like, meanwhile, it's like, oh my god, dude, exactly. So it's like, it was me and him weren't in the band very much longer after this. Anyway, this was towards the beginning of the end. Anyway, because you came in and spoiled it all. you foiled Dr. Robotnik's plan.
I was.
And then it was just like
the monkey wrench he didn't plan for.
You were the devil because you were smoking weed all the time. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Now before I met you, I smoked on a couple occasions, but not a lot. Because it wasn't around, like the kids I was chilling with, it wasn't around as much. If it was around more, I probably would have smoked more. But
Right.
I didn't start smoking weed till like my senior year of high school. So, and that was like
Me too.
4 times tops.
That's
But
when
I think that's
started.
kind of good. I still feel in a way that it's better off if you're going to smoke weed as a teenager. Do it in your later teens because let
Yes,
your brain
I
really,
agree.
really kind of finish developing first. Because it could cloud it a little bit. But
Right.
I mean, I'm no fucking scientist. I don't know the studies. I don't think
Right.
weed hurts intellect at all. I think that some of the smartest guys are potheads, but I don't know about the teenage, early years, brain development. Maybe not.
Right.
But
That's not your
we were
forte,
older,
yo.
and it was like, yeah. But at this point, we're 19, 20. We're like 19. We're just out of high school, so like 19, 20, and we're just like, all right, dude, like it's time. We're adults now. Like, leave me the fuck alone, you know. And he was just so mad. Like he really believed that pot was evil. And meanwhile, this is like the biggest Pantera fan ever. Pot leaves everywhere. You know Pantera, bro.
It's all right
Diamond,
if they
fucking, they
do
were
it,
smoking.
right?
Yeah. Oh, they're not scumbag. It doesn't affect Dimebag fucking playing some of the hardest shit ever on guitar. Like, why are you so against it? Like, why are you so? But he was just stupid like that. So Pug almost gets his foot run over. That's right. So Pug almost gets his foot run over, and that was your introduction to Pug.
Right. And ever since then, Pug was our third for many, 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 many years. He was our third.
Yeah, he was like our little bro.
Yeah, he was. We really tried to look out for him, even though he didn't make it easy.
Tried.
We tried. But we like to tell you one particular story, though. At a little bar
Yeah.
in the village known as Down the Hatch.
And immortalized because, well, actually, no, the Pink Pussycat next to it, the sex shop was in Eyes Wide Shut. Tom Cruise walks by it
Yes,
in the
that's
city.
right.
When he's walking the streets of New York City looking for the Costa. That's the eeriest movie of all time. From one of the best directors of all time. But it's so crazy. When I saw him walk by there, I was like, Tom Cruise, and that means Stanley Kubrick was fucking probably chilling by Down the Hatch. Like, this is crazy.
He probably stopped,
that place
stepped out one of
was-
our old Guarana cigarette butts as he was filming.
Yeah, because there was a head shop next door where you could buy pipes that were, look like highlighter markers or look like
Remember
Zippos,
our
like all
friend
kinds of
in there? Remember that guy?
incognito smoking. The store owner guy?
Yeah.
No, vaguely. I don't really remember much about it. I mean, we were in there all the time because we were there.
Yeah,
all the
we would talk to him all the time. He'd be like, "Hey, how are you?" Every time we went in
Hey,
there.
buy a
Buy
bong.
some- look at the bong over here. Look. I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking, dude. I'm just looking.
So this all started, the Down the Hatch saga really started from a high school friend of mine I reconnected with. It was not long. It was maybe a year or two after high school. So no, we just turned 21. Duh. So 18, 19, 20, 21. So 3-4 years out of high school. So you're thinking like 97, 96, 97. Deftones Around the Fur, Adrenaline and Around the Fur were out.
Yeah.
So we're talking like the beginning of our going out stage. Because we never really went to clubs. We never were big into that. We went to shows as kids, but
We went to 7-Eleven.
not really big
Watch
into the
the
club
previous
scene or
episode.
bars. Yeah. Our early beginnings were smoking, watching movies, watching Willy Wonka and Cheech and Chong, and getting a burrito and nachos at the 7-Eleven and Little Ferry for Little Dick. So when you were chilling with Little Dick. That's a whole other story. But it was just like,
whole dude.
yeah, and so this girl was just like a friend of mine. We've been friends since we were kids. And she's just like, oh, you should come out. Oh, yeah, you remember this girl? I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, she hangs out too. And we got some other friends that come out with us. You know, you would love it. You would love it. It's called Down the Hatch. You got to come. All right, cool. So we go there, and that's how we started. You and me were going out there with her for a while, and then Pug was chilling with us, so then Pug started coming.
Right.
And then the girl brought her friend, Andrea, who was, like, really hot, and she's like, used to be like wasted every single night we went out with her. She got beyond wasted.
And then all of a sudden you saw
it's perfect. That's exactly what he looked like. So just to take everybody to this spot, when you're embarrassed for your friend and you're embarrassed to be with your friend because they're looking at a girl literally like that. Like, we're like, oh, dude, there's this hot girl, Andrea. Like,
none.
No, like, nobody said, dude, this is a blind date. Yo, Pug, it's a blind date, bro. You know, she wants to meet you. And it was nothing like that. It was like, bro, we're just all friends hanging out. Yeah, sometimes there's hot chicks, or this girl seems like she's cute, and then there's other girls at the bar. Like, I didn't look like that, but I was kind of starry-eyed. There was this waitress there that was like ridiculously pretty. I was trying to hook up with her. That didn't work, but I never looked at her like this. And I remember just looking across the table and be like, I wanted to kick him, and be like, stop, bro.
Yeah.
Like, stop looking like that. You look like a psycho. He literally was staring across the little table like that at her. Like, she was pretty, but Jesus Christ. I was like, you got to take it down a notch, bro. It didn't work out.
But that was Pug. That was his personality. If he thought a girl liked him at all, or he liked the girl for whatever reason, he was stalker crazy, dude. It was crazy. Not stalker show up at your house.
Obsessive.
If he was in the room with you,
obsessed.
You were everything.
Yeah.
So he's
looking at her like that, yeah.
And this one particular night, it was a good night. It was just a really good night. We were drinking this drink. I don't know if anybody remembers this, or if they still even have it, but they were called Purple Motherfuckers. Remember Purple Motherfuckers? Dude?
Yeah, it was like a grape drink. It tasted just like a fucking grape, not grape juice, but like a grape drink, like a grape fruit punch, not grapefruit punch, like grape high C or grape, Capri Sun or juice box grape, like the quarter waters that you get out of the bodegas or whatever that are in the little grenades, that's what it basically tasted like, but it fucked you up. And then I was always drinking Red Devils. I was always drinking Red Devils. That was my drink. That basically was the fruit punch version.
Right.
But it was a lot of liquors in there. There was like 10 different liquors in there. But somehow it came out to taste like this sweet, easy, like going down way too easy.
Yeah, that all went down way too easy.
You are fucking annihilated.
So,
annihilated.
There were benches in there. So I'm sitting at one end of this little table. Okay, so I'm here. Tom is next to me. His girl, I think that you were kind of together at the time. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Teeth was between us.
Oh Christ.
Teeth was between us, and then on the other side of you was the queen.
Good one.
The queen. So.
Oh yeah, she was the queen. That's for sure.
So, and then it was, Andrea was in the back, a little bit set back because everybody was like on the bench, but then Pug was at the end of the table in a chair. Okay, so then I'm really bad. Matter of fact, that night I believe I puked as well in the bathroom because that was the night that the bouncer came in and got me out. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So
the one that Teeth tried hooking up with all the time.
Yes, exactly. So I'm like trying to just get my head together. I'm passed out on the table. All of a sudden, I feel, get up, and a hand on my back kind of pull me a little. So I just go with it, and coming out of Pug. Now Pug is laying like this. He's passed out on the table as well.
Yeah,
okay?
both your heads are down on the table.
Yeah, we were close.
I don't know how I was still conscious. I don't know how I was even like conscious and still like somewhat up. I'm usually the first one to pass out.
That was one of the world's miracles, dude. That you weren't down too.
Yeah, because
all of a sudden,
I literally, I'm you just see the purple flow.
This is all you see going along the tip.
It was the ooze across the table. Like, it was like, literally, it was like the blob, like just creeping towards you to consume you. And I'm like, get up. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's going to go right in your face.
Right.
Because I just see Pug down there and he's just like, I just see he's like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
it oozed out, dude. It oozed out.
And it just started coming towards you.
Like,
so I'm like, bro, get up. And I just remember, dude, this is the classic. See, you don't remember this. The original dead Papa Roach. That's what you looked like. Because you literally just went like this. You stood up, like you sat up, your eyes were still closed, and your mouth was open. You were kind of catching flies. And you're like... So it went from the ooze coming towards you, your head's down. I'm like, bro, get up. And you just went... It was the perfect save.
And I believe
it was the perfect save.
I believe then that rest of that. So I think there was 3 throw-ups that night. 3 different people threw up. So I threw up in the bathroom at the bar. Obviously, Pug threw up there. And then, and this is where we're going to end tonight's story. We go on the train to go back into Jersey from New York. What happens? Andrea throws up on my brand new sneakers.
On the subway, on the PAT train.
On the PAT train.
Yep.
Right on my brand new sneakers. So I said, hey, Pug, you want to buy one?
I got her puke on my shoe. You want to buy it? And I fucking died. I died laughing so hard. Because all I could think about was just how much he was obsessing over her. And you fucking ribbed him like that. I'm like, oh, man.
But the good part about it was I knew Andrea wouldn't remember what I said because she was shot. She was puking. She wasn't going to remember anything.
She was puking every night. Every night we were out with her, she was like Leslie Mann in frickin' 40-year-old version.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, here, blow into this so I can start my car. Like, holy shit, girl.
Yeah, dude.
You're a
she was a
mess. A hot mess.
Hot mess. Boom!
A literal hot mess, because she was hot, but she was a fucking total mess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shame.
So, everyone, let us know if you like those stories. Dude, honestly, guys, we got a ton of them. If you like them, we'll keep coming them out, like shooting them out to you, because we got a ton. And this is light. This is nothing. So,
we haven't even gotten to the good shit.
No, not even close. That's why he who shall not be named. We hit 1,000 subscribers. He who shall not be named. His thing will be unlocked, and then you'll learn about him. And he's a
who? Voldemort?
Treasure trove. No, bloat-a-mort.
Voldemort. No, apple dumpling.
Exactly. That's better. So this has been Mother Good Storytime. So, as you all know, if anybody's been watching or listening, and if not, I've been on an elimination diet. I believe this is number 6 week I'm in right now of doing this. And I found out some interesting things this week, and that's what I'd like to talk about a little bit in this week's Get Real.
Get real.
All right, so as you know, during and if you don't know, during the elimination diet, you got to kind of keep an eye on different things that may come out as and show themselves as intolerances. So you might have skin issues, bowel issues, cramping, gas, nose and sinus issues, headaches. A lot of things can happen. So you got to kind of try to be aware. And it doesn't happen all the time right away, like in the movies, kids. Doesn't always. It's not like Peanuts where it's always like right away. Sometimes it'll be 24 hours. It'll happen the next day when you go to the bathroom or whatever, or a little bit later. But I all of a sudden, over the last couple of days, have had an issue with the bathroom. Not being able to go, but you know how it looks, and that's something you got to be honest with yourself and like look at your shit, dude, and figure out, is that even close to healthy or is something up? Because your shit won't lie. Your shit won't lie. You better be ready. So,
ready.
Nice, dude. So,
I was ready.
I was like, you were ready. So that kind of worked out. I was like, something's up. So I had added cheese. I had added bread. I didn't see any problem with that. I added beef back.
That's crazy that you had no problem with cheese or bread, though. It's like these days there's so many gluten
is different than a lot of dairy.
And dairy Okay.
Cheese is a different thing sometimes for people. I've come across people that are like, I can't do dairy real well, but I'm all right with cheese. I've seen a lot of that. Don't
Really?
ask me why exactly. Yeah. So cheese is, and it depends what kind of cheese it is too. So again, I had a little bit. It wasn't like I had a big meal with a lot of cheese. I had a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a ton of cheese. But there's certain things in life I want to be able to have now so I can keep doing this for longer because I want to see where it goes. But being able to have a nice cheeseburger in a bun is nice to me. Okay, so I want to try to keep that and other little things. I haven't now, because of this issue, I have not added back anything else. I actually went back to the elimination part again because I was like, something's up and I got to clean myself out again and figure it out. So
you kind of reset it a little bit?
A little bit, because obviously it wasn't a lot of food I had. It was something recent. So I figured a couple of days of being on this again would kind of reset me again. But unfortunately, it was still happening. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm having exactly turkey, broccoli, rice, fruit. I'm having those same things right now. I didn't have cheese and I haven't had bread. I haven't had beef. And so I'm like, what the hell? So then I started thinking, because when something's bothering me, I think about it until I can figure it out. And I remembered that, and I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but some people do not digest vegetables well, but some people can do well with cooked vegetables. But raw vegetables, a lot of people don't do well with. Now, this past weekend, I went to Costco, and I got a big bag of the fresh broccoli in the fridge, part of Costco. Yeah. I didn't get the frozen bag. So I brought that, and that's what I've been cooking with. And I'll put that in my meat, and I'll put it in the skillet and everything. So I am still cooking it. But one was frozen, and one was fresh. So, yeah, right from because I got to break it off because it's on a big stalk, and I'll break pieces off, so I make it a little smaller because I don't like the
break
big
them
stalk.
off some.
Exactly. I don't like the big stalks.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's too fibrous usually.
Right. Oh, believe me, my
trees all day.
My stomach told me so don't worry about that. So I was like, son of a
trees all day, motherfucker. Trees all day.
Something told me maybe it's that because I didn't do well with lettuce. That was one of the things I knew I wasn't going to go back to was romaine or iceberg or any kind of lettuce and roughage like that. My body does not digest at all.
What about arugula?
I don't eat arugula, so I didn't have to worry about that. But come to find out, all you people out there that may have IBS, a lot of times vegetables, especially fibrous ones, really fibrous ones, will irritate your IBS. Your gut just doesn't like it. It's just your roll of the dice. So some people can't do certain things. So I want to bring this up and show why some vegetables can trigger IBS. since I was kind of forced into this. Now, I don't believe I have IBS, and I haven't really had any issues except for the last couple days. So I'd say the last 4 days or so. Because now we're at Thursday. Well, more than that, 5 days, 6 days, because of when we're filming this. So this is a week later, you'll hear this. But so here's a little thing. So when you eat raw veggies, your digestive system is tasked with breaking down the food components. The tough fiber in the veggies, the cellulose, is not broken down, and the roughage can irritate the digestive tract as it passes through. So some people can do well with it and digest a little more of it. Some people, you're just crapping out. It looks like what you ate.
Yeah.
And that's just ripping up your gut, because by the time it gets to certain places in your gut, it shouldn't be like that anymore. You know what I mean?
It should be broken down.
Right. And they say a little bit will help, which they used to say will help, if you have constipation and to clear your fucking your balloon knot out. But
well, that's the whole fucking thing, is they're saying that fiber is like the broom for your fucking guts. Like it sweeps everything out.
Right. But unfortunately, people are eating it and they're giving them wire brushes they use in warehouses. That's what kind of broom it is. And it's tearing up guts.
Yeah. That's not
so good. Now here's the interesting thing. The FODMAPs. FODMAP stands for different types of carbohydrates. Fermentable, oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. Since these carbohydrates are poorly absorbed by the small intestines, they can trigger IBS in some people. So people with IBS, they probably were told, eat better and eat all your veggies and everything. Well, it might be tearing up your gut. It's not a one-size-fits-all. People, please, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You have to do some personal research. You can't just listen to, just do this. Why? Why do I have to do that? Show me why I have to do that. Exactly. And then if it's not working, I should be able to try something. Folks. It's a shame. But then people wonder why they have all these problems and millions of medical bills, and they're still not better. When you are eating a salad or raw vegetables, you are usually eating a large volume of food, which, people like, look at my salad. Hashtag healthy lifestyle. That's what they're doing.
Hashtag suck my dick.
But that's what they're doing, right? According to the FODMAP diet theory, this can increase the amount of gas and the osmotic load in your gut and contribute to IBS symptoms. So you're causing your IBS. It's insane.
That sounds really fucking familiar to me, bro.
Yep. So now here's some of the vegetables. I'm sure you eat a lot of those, dude. These are the ones that can trigger IBS if you have it.
Oh yeah. See, I do better with some than others, but the thing is, like, my problem is this: I love Brussels sprouts, I love cabbage, I love cauliflower, but what about, like, they're known, and broccoli too. I won't eat broccoli because it makes me more gassy than cauliflower. I'm still gassy with cauliflower, but not as much as I am with cabbage, Brussels sprouts, or broccoli.
Right.
So it's like cauliflower works for me because I'll still be gassy, but not as much. Whereas broccoli,
especially if it's mashed with some butter in it. Oh
my god, it's fucking amazing, dude.
Oh please. So,
but
now,
that's the thing. Like, I eat a lot of this shit
because in theory it's healthy for you. But if all it is a broom, do you really need all of that? No, you don't. No, you don't. And that's why I've said 100 times to people, like, our ancestors thousands of years ago, they ate whatever they could catch, grow, or harvest that was in their immediate 50 to 100 miles. They didn't have access to all the things that people have access to.
No. Yeah, exactly.
And the more you eat certain things, the more you get used to them. Now, sometimes that backfires and you can actually gain an allergy to something over time that you eat a ton of. That's actually something that can happen. Yeah. But your body can survive on certain things. You don't need every vegetable and superfood and micronutrient there is to be healthy. You don't need it. You need a few consistent things, and you need to stay away from the things your body doesn't like. And everybody's body is different. Right. Every single body's different, and that's why everybody needs to do some kind of test. I feel this is better because I've heard times when people have gone and got the test done at a doctor, and they said they weren't allergic to something, but ate it, but had a reaction to it. Your body won't lie to you. You gotta ingest it and see after you haven't had it for a while, so it can be out of your body. Now, just because these vegetables are on here and you might have a problem with it, doesn't mean you might not if you do certain things to them. Now, what I learned is if I eat frozen vegetables for whatever reason, frozen broccoli, it doesn't do it to me. But if I take fresh broccoli and throw it in the skillet, it tears me up.
Yeah.
So here's a little thing too, and we'll end on this. Prepping your veggies by cutting them into smaller pieces, removing the tough bits. Think skin, seeds, stems, and stalks can go a long way. So literally, my favorite part is the tree part of the broccoli. If I'll just start cutting the tops off and giving the stalks to my dogs, because the broccoli's good for the dogs and they love it. And I'll give the broccoli stalks to my dogs and just eat the tops. I'm going to try that tonight when I eat. I'm going to try just the tops.
Well, and you think about it, most of frozen broccoli too is mostly the tops.
Right.
The florets or whatever they would say.
Depending how much, if you buy the bulk crappy kind, you might get a tree in there every now and then.
Sometimes you get some chopped up stalk in there. Yeah, you don't really want that.
And here's another thing.
Fucking throw that shit away.
Right. Cooking your veggies instead of eating them raw can also be helpful. Similar to starting the breakdown process by cutting up and peeling food, the heat from cooking heat also breaks down the food and gives you a head start. Cooking veggies puts fewer demands on your digestive system than the raw ones and still divides most of the nutritional benefits. And I will say, depending on the vegetable, you actually will get more out of certain vegetables by cooking them than if you just ate them raw. So there's a cost benefit there for yourselves. Again, whatever works for you, get some veggies in you. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Pureeing, obviously, just like a baby. I don't do well biting in and digesting an apple. I freaking love applesauce, which is basically a pureed apple. Cold applesauce out of the fridge. I'm obsessed with
applesauce, by the way, lately.
Dude, I buy those big, huge, unsweetened things of applesauce, dude. Huge things.
Yeah, I've been getting them from Aldi's, bro. I freaking love it, dude. You got me wanting applesauce again.
Yeah, dude. I get mine from Winco. But last, juicing, obviously. That's Winco. Why drinks are always better. Yo, we're gonna have an Aldi's Winco fight, yo.
Well, there's no Winco in Jersey, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Put a Winco out there, dude. Sponsor me, Winco.
It's not fair. They should. Yeah, they would clean up.
Yeah, they would. So there you go, dude. So there is hope. Again, it's trial and error, and that's why this elimination diet is really so perfect, because it really, you can address the things that are tearing you up and really know, like, I'll just stay away from those things. It doesn't mean I can't have good food. I just have to stay away from. And if I decide to eat those things once in a while, I'm going to just have to deal with those consequences. Right.
You know it's going to happen.
And as long as you can deal with that. It ain't
going to be pretty.
No. But hey, just like drinking too much, you recover from it if you know what to do and you go back to eating right.
Exactly.
And staying away from it and getting your probiotics in and doing the things that are all going to be in my program coming soon, you will see that it's a lot easier than you think. And a lot of the health benefits are going to make you save a lot of time, money, and worry about other shit that is probably affecting you. I can promise you that. And I'm learning even more by doing this myself. So I'm going to be the end result. Tom's going to start it in 2 weeks. You're going to hear about his results. So I'm not biased that I made it and I'm the one saying it's blah, 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 blah. He's going to do it too. And he's going to be honest. I don't care what he says about it. And I'm telling you, dude, it's going to work. This is just to get you to a balanced state where you decide, do I want to stay there or do I want to become an athlete, a bodybuilder, a power lifter, a CrossFitter? I want to go into a bunch of yoga. I want to do Pilates. I want to do these other things. I feel until a person gets in tune with their body, even to a minimum again, and things are working together, I think it's dangerous for regular people to try those things. And I think that's what turns people off as well. I mean, do you have any last words on that?
Well, yeah. I like I said before, I started it already. I'm already noticing some clues, so I'm excited because I'm definitely have to figure some stuff out. So
Absolutely, and we're gonna talk about it just like I'm having my journey. Tom's gonna talk about his journey a little bit, and let people know about
yeah, I
it.
have to.
And you'll hear about
I'll
it
let
on
you know
here
how my
as well.
toilet looks too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take pictures of my toilet after my bowel movements.
Oh, dude, it's gonna go viral. It's gonna go as viral as our Kenny Powers, dude. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. But
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody who's been subscribing and sticking around, who enjoys our brand of humor. We talk about everything
Thanks,
and anything
people.
anything that comes to mind that we feel funny or that like we feel strong about or we think would be funny to talk about. We're going to do it. So you have ideas, let us know, and we'll do it. And please, if you haven't, please subscribe and like, share things. Our Instagram and you're on YouTube now maybe, but our YouTube is there if you're not. We're on Spotify, we're on Rumble. Show us a little love. Watch us wherever you want. But we really like the support and we really enjoy what we're doing. So as I like to do every week, and I will continue to do. Tom, any last words before we go?
Yeah, invest in a spell check.
I agree. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Peace!
See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.